I've been waiting for this. See, I always like wrestling, but when you make it personal, well, tonight just feels a little bit special, Shaft, because after months, after you running your mouth on the internet, after I bloodied you and you still kept coming back, now we're gonna settle in the ring. And now they've sweetened the pot. I was already ready for this, but they had to put the icing on the cake and make it the #1 contenders match. It didn't matter who got in my way. Once the #1 contendership was on the line, I was gonna beat the living hell out of them. It just makes it that much sweeter that tonight it's gonna be you. And I'll tell you this, Shaft, I can't fucking wait.
Breathe in, breathe out. We're standing on the edge now. This is the moment that we came for. And now we're going it alone. We just wanna know, we just wanna go into the unknown.
3 weeks from tonight, we present an event 4 years in the making. Our biggest event of the year, Anniversary 2020. Welcome to PCW Ultra Mutiny. My name is Mike Simmons, and as you saw a moment ago, Hammerstone is set to collide with the self-proclaimed baddest MFer in pro wrestling, Shaft, in a grudge match with Ultra Championship implications for A2K20. But we're kicking things off with Young Guns 3, a 6-man scramble match immediately followed by a fan vote to determine who receives a massive opportunity in 3 weeks' time at Anniversary. We'll get into that news in just a bit, but it's time to get into the action. Let's take it to the voices of PCW Ultra, Todd Kennelly and Christian Cole.
Ultraman's this bout is a Young Guns 3 contest. Following this bout, your participation will determine who returns for Anniversary card. This match is 30-minute time limit. Multiple competitors, our first entrant comes to us from the Crown Comics, weighing 215 pounds. He is the man with all the class, Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter.
Getting set for our Young Guns 3. The previous 2 Young Guns events held at Iguana Kelly's. Now we're in the Ultratorium, and the entire tournament going to be wrapped up in one action-packed match. Here you see class. Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter, an impressive performer in the ring, but also outside of the ring, a doctor of psychology.
That's not the way you say his name. The way you say his name is with pace, with respect. It's Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter. And Class has made his way to PCW Ultra as one of the Young Guns, showing that not only is he a brilliant doctor of psychology, but the man can get it done in between the ropes.
You say it that slow, it's going to add money to that session, though, in the psychology.
He charges $400 an hour.
Oh, my gosh. Damian Drake making his PCW Ultra debut, a fixture out in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's wrestled here in Southern California as well. Great to see him grace the PCW Ultra ring.
Like Damian Drake, he's very young, but he's a veteran of this business, having worked the independent scene for 3 or 4 years now. Really appreciate his work ethic in and outside the ring. Very entertaining on camera as well.
There's going to be 6 competitors in total in this matchup. Now, unique rules in this because it's not all about the pinfall or submission victory as we take a look at Matt Vandegrift out of Santino Brothers, now by way of Las Vegas. It's going to come down to a fan vote. So not only are you looking to score the victory, which would certainly sway the crowd, you got to believe, but you're looking to really shine.
That's exactly right. And to get back to Vandegrift, a guy who trained here at Santino's with Joey Chaos and Bell Gardens and, of course, Robbie Phoenix. He ends up moving to Las Vegas, gets himself a spot at FSW training over there. Vandergrift, very impressive earlier in the year when I met him at the Impact Wrestling tryout. I'm excited to watch Vandergrift tonight.
In a matchup like this, you've got to be opportunistic. You've got to make your opportunities count, and that might bode well for Tyree, who's a prolific striker, and he can turn your lights out in a hurry. And a highlight reel knockout might be just what the doctor ordered to impress the faithful here in the Ultratorium.
Tyree is the type of guy, when you meet him in public, he punches before you even know it. Say something messed up to Ty, he'll knock you out before you even see it coming.
Dom Kubrick might just be able to really flourish in a matchup like this because he's so unorthodox. He's pretty much impossible to scout and train for and plan for. Expect some outlandish offense from Kubrick.
Dom Kubrick, you know, I went on Twitter the other day and went on record to say that hashtag Dom belongs. A guy who has worked his tail off to get here and make his debut in Young Guns and try to earn himself an opportunity at our 4-year anniversary coming up on January 10th, 2020. Can you believe it's 2020, Todd?
Almost there. Classic Cody Chung out of Seattle, Washington by way of Defy Wrestling. So just proof positive, those relationships that were open with the Wrestle Summit, with the likes of Impact Wrestling, as you have mentioned, Defy Wrestling, Melbourne City Wrestling out in Australia, Pro Wrestling Revolver, and many others. But another great competitor out of Defy here in Classic Cody Chung. 6 competitors in one match. So the match itself will end when first competitor scores a pinfall or submission, but that's just part 1. It'll come down to a crowd vote to see who will move on to Anniversary 2K20 on January 10th for an official big-time matchup on the biggest event of the year at PCW Ultra.
Fans already anticipating highly what's going to happen here. I mean, they're going to be responsible for the person who goes in to 2020 and gets that opportunity. These fans will vote at the end of this match, and I'll be the one facilitating that vote in the ring. I'll leave the broadcast position at the conclusion of this bout, and I'll head in and we'll take a fan vote. They're going to be in control. One of the great ideas that's come out of Dom Vitale, our Director of Communications, stupid little brain, as he comes up with a good one every once in a while. The clock is right twice a day, even if it's broken. Isn't that right?
It sure is, and the stakes are really going to be high, so don't pull a Steve Harvey. You better get it right.
I might.
Well, this match might erupt again.
I like Class. I don't care what these fans vote for. Look at that line by Class and another clothesline. I might be biased when I go in the ring. Put some earplugs in and just call Class the winner. Looks like a winner to me.
I don't think Class going to make any friends out there, that's for sure. Little bit of alliance right now with Tyree, however. Don't blink, you might miss something in this one. Class looks to be perhaps the biggest, strongest competitor in this ring. A lot of high flyers in there. Look at this little wheelbarrow. Crazy action in this one. Teaming up on Kubrick. And you got to maximize your time in the ring and really try and shine under the bright lights, because again, you're trying to curry favor with the faithful as well. Give them something, those highlight reel moments that they're going to remember in the voting. Up top now, look at this. Shotgun knees, Meteora.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is a one-fall contest. The first person to score that pinfall will be declared the winner, but as Todd Kennelly was just mentioning, folks at home, it doesn't mean you'll end up getting the opportunity. You have to impress. And right now, Dom Belongs is as impressive as anybody in this bout.
I agree. Beautiful flying knee. You saw the Meteora off the top. Oh, tripped up on the outside. Got to have your head in a swivel in this one.
The action's going to switch back and forth as Vandegrift sees an opportunity to come in, perhaps try to earn himself a pinfall victory.
He's in there with classic Cody Chung. Damian Drake looking on. Cody Chung with the wrist control. Expect some unique action in this one, Chris. You're going to be tough to keep up with. We will do our best.
Yeah, with all the face paint in the ring, it's already pretty unique as far as I'm concerned. Look at Drake getting caught up by Vandegrift.
And again, both of these competitors now in Las Vegas, so they're going to be familiar with one another. Maybe a bit of an alliance coming between Vandegrift and Damian Drake. Nice flying clothesline shot there on Cody Chung.
The work being done at FSW with Joe DeFalco and D'Lo Brown is some of the best training and professional wrestling promoting that's happening on the independent scene today. And it goes to show right now, a couple of trainees together, but one goes for the pinfall. Damian Drake only able to get 2.
I like that dividing, conquering there by Damian Drake. Springboard, crossbody, took out both opponents, looking for the win. And if you can make this a short match and shine in the short time you're in there, it might, bode well for your chances of winning the fan vote. Flying European uppercut, followed in now the other way by Vandegrift.
How sad would it be for the fans of Las Vegas to see 2 of their guys get a win over one another, to see an FSW guy eliminate an FSW guy. But again, it doesn't mean anything. Double underhook. Look at Drake. My God!
Wow, Tiger Bomb, beautifully done into the cover.
Damn, Damian Drake, for a slender competitor, displaying all kinds of power.
And Damian Drake was even more slender early in his career. He started so young. You'll remember when he was with the Midnight Marbles, he was just rail thin. He's really worked hard on his physique, on his strength, and it's coming into fruition because he puts more behind those strikes. But in there with perhaps the best striker of the match in Ty Ray, and Damian Drake holding his own with him right now.
Ty Ray able to duck and ends up hitting that beautiful super kick. Ty Ray showing exactly what he does from these streets. Look at Ty Ray, will he go high risk? Incredible! Tope over the top. Ty Ray making a name for himself, and the fans of Wilmington showing their appreciation.
And that is important. I think that's the biggest response to anything we've seen in the match. And again, that might come into play. And now a game of can you top this? And that is a game that Damian Drake can certainly play. Look at the elevation.
Wow. These boys putting on a pay-per-view quality match thus far, pulling out all the stops, showing them just how important it is to earn a roster spot on the best West Coast promotion there is, PCW Ultra.
Well, things are picking up in a big way here. It's turning into a high-risk classic.
Oh, look at Vandegrift, Todd, praying to the gods above. Vandegrift! And Matt Vandegrift, as impressive as I saw him earlier this year in Impact Wrestling, Vandegrift looks to permanently etch his name in the minds of the faithful here.
And style points. You saw the elevation on that moonsault, but lands on his feet after taking out the opposition. Impressive.
Just wow.
Cody Chung, classic Cody Chung, thrown back in.
Oh, look at Dom Kubrick, though. He saw that there was a momentum string for Vandegrift, and he wanted to stop that in its tracks.
And you're right. And Dom Kubrick really was able to shine early in the match. Oh, looking for the cutter, countered beautifully. Roll up attempt the other way, back and forth, seesaw action, inverted atomic drop. Feigns the strike, goes downstairs, a little sweet shin music, and follows up with the drop kick.
Classic Cody Chung. I had a word with him before we started. There was a sense of confidence coming from this man. I mean, he's coming from one of the biggest wrestling promotions in the country right now, Defy Wrestling, located in the Pacific Northwest. And if you have confidence coming out of that camp, I mean, you could be confident anywhere in this hectic and chaotic business. Vandegrift, though, back on fire, double stomp. Vandegrift not done yet.
Vandegrift attacking from all angles, swing and a miss by Ty Ray. No miss in there by Vandegrift. He's doing some serious headhunting in this matchup.
I spoke to D'Lo Brown about Matt Vandergriff and his opportunities. He said he's young right now. He's still coming into his own. But by God, if he's one of the best young wrestlers coming up in the country, by God, look at Matt Vandergriff.
Phoenix splash, is that gonna do it? There's 1, 2, and no. Cut off by guess who? His Las Vegas fellow resident in Damian Drake.
Matt Vandergriff unable to get the pinfall, but is he able to win the fan vote? Has he earned the respect of the Wilmington PCW Ultra Faithful? Look at the counter by Vandergriff. Drake now. Damian Drake trying to take that momentum and use it on his own.
That's why these young gun matches are so unique. It's not only about the pinfall or submission victory. Oh, catches him, got just enough with that DDT, powered him down. He calls that the death stroke, but not able to put death to this matchup because classic Cody Chung in there to make the save.
The opportunist, classic Cody Chung, he's reversed here. Beautiful kick by Cody Chung, right on the kisser, Todd. Look at that, pulls him up. Wow, Cody Chung, impressive.
Caught him with the Falcon Arrow into the cover, but again, you gotta have your head in a swivel in a match like this. And look who's back to pick up the pieces, Class.
Class versus classic. As Christopher Landon, Anthony Streeter takes a moment to get that fan vote going. Dominic Kubrick out of absolute nowhere.
Springboard into a blockbuster by Kubrick. Big knee up the center. We said that the striking might be the difference maker. Classic pile driver spikes Kubrick.
The fans very split on Tyree, who's able to hit a spiked pile driver. Kubrick might be out of this match.
Oh, look out here, Chung and Dunn. Chung and Dunn, that big springboard cutter.
Chung and Dunn, but he's into a schoolboy roll-up. Can Class get the victory? And that's it. And that's it. Christopher Land and Anthony Streeter with the win. I'm going to the ring.
As Christian Cole said, that's it. Well, that's it for now. Christopher Landon, Anthony Streeter, Class gets the victory in this Young Guns showcase matchup. But did he do enough to win over the fans? It's not exactly sounding like it at this moment. There will be a fan vote, and it's going to be a tough call. Man, what an absolute grand finale of a firework. Had a word with Christian Cole there. Sorry, I was off microphone for a second. He was wondering my thoughts. I mean, it's a pickup. There were so many great moments in this matchup, so many highlights. Great striking displayed, death-defying, high-flying to the outside. Let's see who's going to take it home.
Young Guns, put your hands together, Wilmington, for Young Guns. These guys moving it all the ring here tonight. Hello, folks. My name is Christian Cole. I'm your color commentator. This is your director of communications, Doug Vitale. How's everybody doing tonight? That's all right. You don't need to play my music. Play music, please. Thank you. Hey, I do have my chains on. They look pretty good. But we got some serious business going on. Let's use it. We got serious business to take care of right now. As many of you folks know, this is a Young Guns match. And of course, Christopher Landon and Anthony Streeter was the winner of this match. Whoa, hey boys, we have some serious business to take care of. Gentlemen, if you please would line up. Mr. Streeter on the left, Damian Drake on the right. I don't want you two anywhere near each other right now. Now folks, as you know, here at PCW Ultra we run these Young Guns events. It is not the winner who earns an opportunity. That's right. What it is a fan vote. Are you guys okay with that? Alright. So, gentlemen, please line up right here in the center of the ring. The Director of Communications, Dom Battaglia, is here, observing, and we're going to do a fan vote on who you want to move on for a contract opportunity with PCW Ultra. Will it be Ty Ray? Will it be hashtag Dom Belongs, Dom Kubrick? It looks like you're out already. Sorry. Will it be Class, Christopher, Landon, Anthony Streeter? Will it be the Impact Wrestling tryout standout? And I watched you with my own eyes and you were very impressive. Will it be Matt Vandergrift? That sounds pretty good. Will it be Damian Drake? Or will it be from Defy Wrestling, Classic Cody Chung? Mr. Kubrick, I have a few people. Will you stand right here, please? Matt Vandergrift, will you stand right here, please? Cody Chung, will you stand right here, please? Again, will it be Cody Chung? Matt Vandergrift? Or Dom Kubrick? I've spoken to the Director of Communications, and according to Wilmington, California, and the PCW Ultra, who I love with all my heart, the faithful here, the winner, Dom Kubrick!
Well, Christian Cole mentioned it throughout the matchup. Indeed, Dom belongs. And he'll get a shot, a date with Destiny in the big dance.
Please give it up for these competitors for tearing it up tonight and getting this show started off the right foot.
On January 10th at Anniversary 2K20, Dom Kubrick will be in action officially as part of PCW Ultra. Young Guns 3 certainly did not disappoint. An incredible field of talent, 6 great competitors, but in the end, the man earning the spot, Dom Kubrick.
Dom Kubrick, the winner of Young Guns 3, and now one of the top contenders for the PCW Ultralight Championship. He'll receive a title opportunity in just 3 weeks at Anniversary 2020. We'll have more news on that match in a minute. Still to come, a rivalry that has spanned the entire West Coast takes center stage in PCW Ultra. Hammerstone battles Shaft in a heavyweight hoss fight for the #1 contendership to the Ultra title. Mutiny rolls on right after this.
One, two, three, four.
In Japan, we have embraced many things from the West. We honor them. We celebrate them. And master them. In return, we offer something for you to enjoy. Sapporo, Japan's oldest beer brand, now brewed and enjoyed around the world. And our way of saying,
ありがとう。
We want to send a huge shout out to the band Odd Palace for The Unknown, which is the anthem of PCW Ultra Mutiny. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, and streaming outlets everywhere.
Absolutely, and you're seeing the respect of, whoa. Who the hell is that?
We have a fan in the ring. What's going on here? And now
We get an official, who is this?
being attacked by Victoria Vaughn, whoever it is, certainly sizable. Not after a war like this. I mean, this is ridiculous. Get security, get officials, get pummeling the champion.
And Todd, who is this person? Conspicuous with the face covered, no clue who this person is. Frankly, no idea. The size of this competitor is absolutely intimidating.
Well, destroying the champion here. And now look at this disrespect. Open-handed slaps. Whoa, it's Ruby Reyes!
It's Reyes! Reyes is here in PCW Ultra! And Ruby Reyes making a statement, exposing her face, showing her identity, and Reyes destroying Sumi Sakai, who is out.
Ruby, do you want...
You know what? They say if you want to make an impression, you gotta do it at PCW Ultra. And I've been trying to get in this fucking promotion for years, and it seems like the doors are locked. So I kicked the fucking doors down, and I kicked the shit out of your women's champion. So you tell me this. Did I make an impression?
Ruby Reyes has definitely made an impression, and after constant demands from a furious Ultra Woman champion, Sumi Sakai will put her title on the line for a chance at retribution at Anniversary 2020. There's been a lot of rumor and innuendo swirling around Killer Kross recently, but we can confirm he will make his debut against the masterpiece Chris Masters in a heavyweight showdown on January 10th. The PCW Ultra and Defy tag titles are at stake in the culmination of this intense blood feud. Eddie Kingston and Homicide, Outlaws Inc., take on Joseph Samael and Fatu, War Beast, in only the second steel cage match in company history. This feud will end in 3 weeks inside this steel cage. That and so much more set for Friday, January 10th from the Ultratorium in Wilmington, California. Get your tickets right now at PCWUltra.com. As we saw in our first bout, Dom Kubrick will receive a shot at the Ultralight Championship, but who will he face? We'll find out next week when Jake Atlas defends the Ultralight Championship against El Jefe, Daga, in what many consider to be PCW Ultra 2019 Match of the Year. We'll also bring you a classic match from the vault featuring the ever-polarizing Sam Adonis and the now WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Garza Jr. It's a stacked year-end edition of Mutiny next week, so don't miss it. It's main event time. Hammerstone and Shaft meet in a heavyweight hoss fight to determine the #1 contender to the Ultra Championship. This feud is spanned up and down the West Coast, and Shaft had no shortage of words about his rival.
So he's fucking trash. He's a fucking rube. I'm not gonna watch my language. You can blur this shit out. I've seen it. You've already done it, so I'm not gonna stop cussing. The guy's a loser. All he's done, fought a bunch of fucking vanilla midgets. He has never put me down, not once. I wrapped a chain around his neck. I drug his ass all over Portland like he was my bitch. He did nothing, and tonight it's gonna be no different. All right, I'm gonna beat him again. I'm gonna become the #1 contender, and then I'm taking the Ultra title to the Northwest because that's where I am. That's where I am, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm the king of the North, the baddest motherfucker in pro wrestling. Witness me.
One of the things we've really been accustomed to see here in PCW Ultra, suit all right there for you? All right, good. Just making sure. Is a heavyweight hoss fight. Everybody loves a big heavyweight contest, two big bulls locking horns, and that's what we have in our matchup coming up. As Hammerstone, who erupted back on the scene at No Quarter, takes on the self-proclaimed baddest mother who shut your mouth
you shut
in
your mouth.
professional wrestling.
Let
Shaft.
me take over. You shut your mouth. Okay, the fact is that I've been saying Hammerstone is the best in this industry for over 3 years. And we're coming up on our 4-year anniversary in January of 2020, and I'm going to be proven right. Because Hammerstone will face Shaft, and the winner will become the #1 contender for the PCW Ultra title. And I will be proven right. And everyone will pray to the God known as Christian Cole for having the foresight. And they'll start calling me the Nostradamus of professional wrestling. Hammerstone, Shaft, the lead up right now.
PCW, are you kidding me? Hammerstone? Hammerstone?
What? He's the creamiest of them all, and he's back!
Hammerstone is back!
Your boy Hammer is back, and things, they're about to change. There's these boys started calling themselves things like the new monster, the baddest
Motherfucker in professional wrestling!
This guy's been trying to ride my coattails ever since I started making a name for myself. They got a whole bag of nicknames, but not a whole lot to back it up. I'm gonna expose you in the middle of that ring, show you are just a man, and I'm just a little bit better of a man. Starts calling me out on Twitter, starts doing this bullshit. Walks out halfway through a match with me. See, here's the truth, Shaq. I outsmarted you. I never intended to come and wrestle you. I intended to beat some respect into you. Next time, here at PCW Ultra, there ain't gonna be any security to pull us apart to save you. You want me at Hammerstone? Are you kidding me, PCW? Now I have to come back because now I got something personal to settle. And that something is you. That's what I have to say. One-on-one to finish what I just started. And believe me, your boy Hammer is gonna finish what he started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is an Ultra Championship #1 contenders match, scheduled for a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Two big heavyweights on a collision course, and the stakes are very high. The winner of this matchup will be the #1 contender to the Ultra Championship. And thus far, here in PCW Ultra, Shaft has been unstoppable, defeating multiple opponents every time out.
Are you not going to say our names? Todd Kenneally, Christian Cole, ringside. Have you not learned how to do your job yet? Have you not learned to introduce awesome people? I mean, I get it, Shaft's a monster. He's probably the best thing going in PCW Ultra now, except for, of course, his opponent who's about to make his way out. But yeah, I mean, we're getting this thing started right. Two of the great independent wrestlers in the world today to start off PCW Ultra Into the Void.
Expect a great reception for Hammerstone. What history Hammerstone has had here in PCW Ultra, and it was really been a launch pad for his career. Hammerstone has now competed over in Japan. For Noah, he's been in MLW, but now coming back home, so to speak, to PCW Ultra with a shot to becoming the #1 contender to the Ultra Championship, something that he has wanted for a long, long time.
I'm sorry, I was distracted at how good-looking Hammerstone is, and apparently Shaft a little jealous. He's gonna attack Hammer from the back. And I haven't heard a bell. This match not sanctioned yet, Todd.
I think that Shaft felt that Hammerstone rudely interrupted him last time out after a victory over the likes of Brian Pillman Jr. and Douglas James in a triple threat match, and now interrupting the entrance of Hammerstone with just brutal tactics to kick this match off.
PCW Ultra ending 2019.
Oh my gosh!
Right in front of you. Great capture by our cameraman. That rolling senton right into the face of Hammerstone. Man, Hammerstone is jacked.
Yeah, get jacked up right now, quite frankly. And to your point, Christian Cole, the bell never officially rung. Both competitors have to be in the ring before this match starts in official capacity, but certainly getting quite an early advantage with Shaft. Now the bell sounds, but I mean, think of the damage that's already been done, and now that discus clothesline, it might be over before it begins. Here's the cover. Hammerstone kicks at 2.5.
And 2.5, 3 seconds into this match is about as close as you get to putting away a star like Hammerstone so quickly. And Shaft, the monster, knows he's gonna need absolutely everything in the bag to be able to get rid of Hammerstone. Hammerstone has wanted this heavyweight championship shot for so long. He had one earlier in his career here at PCW Ultra, came up just short. And Hammerstone looks to reposition himself against perhaps Mil Muertes or Savio Vega for that PCW Ultra heavyweight title.
Yeah, but Christian, how about what we just saw? Not too many guys can shrug off a German suplex attempt by Hammerstone, but Shaft had the power to do it. Now nullifies Hammerstone charging in. Oh, look out here. Big belly-to-belly overhead throw, and Shaft is not used to getting thrown around like that.
Something has changed about Hammerstone in 2019, and it's not just his haircut or the fact that he's put on another 20 pounds of lean muscle. It is the fact that his confidence is through the roof. His ability in the ring is unlike anything we've ever seen from Hammerstone, as he delivers strike after strike, isolating the monster. And Todd, have we ever seen the monster Shaft of Defy Wrestling and PCW Ultra in this position?
No, certainly not. And Shaft out of the Pacific Northwest coming down here and has really had his way with everybody he's been in the ring with. But Hammerstone has faced some incredible super heavyweights. Oh, get your cameras ready. Photo op. Think of the people that Hammerstone's been in the ring with here and gotten victories over. Oh, he's
trying to take a picture. I'm taking a picture.
Christian pulling out his phone.
It's photo worthy, you were right. I mean, he looks incredible. I'm salivating just watching this god of a man.
We remember those two incredible clashes with Brian Cage. He's got victories over the likes of Jeff Cobb. I mean, Hammerstone has faced the best of the best, and again in there now with Shaft, who I think thus far might be winning the striking game of this heavyweight hoss fight.
I think you're just being biased, which you're paid not to do. The fact is that Shaft is controlling the match, but I think it's possum, a bit of possum by Hammerstone, who has learned in his career over the last year or two at MLW just how to win titles around the world.
Well, little overzealous there. Home field advantage for Hammerstone. Even the ring is attacking Shaft here in the Ultratorium.
Yeah, these fans in Wilmington given no room for error, and I think Shaft may be just a little excited. I mean, all the marbles are on the line here. Well, certainly a shot at all the marbles cover. Only a 1 count from our senior official, Rick Knox, who has become a star overnight himself.
Well, wouldn't you be excited as well if you're Shaft? It's, I believe, his third match here in the Ultratorium. And if he gets the win here over Hammerstone, he's the #1 contender to the richest prize in all of PCW Ultra.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that at the end of this night, when our main event concludes and the dust settles, either Savio Vega or Mil Muertes will be the PCW Ultra champion. And I mean, that's as big as it gets in the west coast of the United States. Men from Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, men from Washington, from Canada, from Mexico, Hawaii, they have all competed here for PCW Ultra, and they have all had their eyes set on the title that currently sits across the waist of Mil Muertes. But later on in our main event, Mil Muertes will defend that title against the legend Savio Vega.
Hammerstone out on his feet right now. Forearm shot after forearm shot by the monster Shaft. And Shaft is trying to keep a methodical pace here and take the crowd out of it into the cover now, just bludgeoning Hammerstone. And that was not a kick out at one like we saw earlier. Not a ton of authority on that kick out, Christian Cole.
Let's not forget the god known as Hammerstone, G-O-D, YBH, your boy Hammer. He took a beating before the bell even rang. I mean, that was flat out cheating by Shaft. Cheaters never prosper. Haven't your mama told you that, Todd?
Hammerstone in a whole lot of trouble right now, though. He's got to get something going. Hammerstone, I think, really has to create some distance, and that's something he hasn't had because Shaft has just been using this smothering aggressive offense to keep in close. Hammer gets distance, he's going to be the quicker of the two. He's got that Valkyrie missile, he'll come off the top. He's got that speed and aggressiveness, but right now he's just getting smothered and controlled by the monster Shaft.
Yeah, much to the surprise of the PCW Ultra faithful here in the Ultratorium. I think these fans, as much as Shaft is an absolute monster, they have their faith that Hammerstone, the original roster member of PCW Ultra, would come in here and at least compete with Shaft. But he's in a bad way as he looks to fight back here, but will it be enough? Oh, look at that.
There's that speed we talked about there. Nice Enziguri counter. Shaft thought he had caught the strike. No exploder suplex, nowhere to go but down for the big man, and he hits the turnbuckles on the way to the canvas.
Boy, the story of this match so far is to expect the unexpected. Shaft and Hammerstone, two guys you'd never see in a precarious position, both suffering the effects of this match thus far. As the fans start to build energy and momentum for Hammerstone, they want to see him get another title shot. They believe he can become champion in PCW Ultra.
Incredible victories here in the Ultratorium for Hammerstone. Does he have a big one in store here? Gets that pace going. Now he's got that distance that we thought might be the difference maker, and it's proving to be just that right now. Shaft turned inside out, and that's not going to help things for him. Cover, does he have the big man down and out? Hammerstone looking for the win. Only a count of two, but that hand was coming down.
It would shock me for Shaft to ever get counted out in a pinfall attempt. 3 seconds. It would just absolutely shock me for the monster who has made waves in PCW Ultra, who has come here to take over, to lose. I mean, it's almost like I don't know who would lose in this situation. Both men have proven to be winners in their careers. Look at Shaft able to fight out.
Physical counter there by Shaft. We saw him nullify, a German suplex attempt earlier, now shrugging off the powerbomb or pile driver attempt. And he's just got enough size and wherewithal to nullify some of the signature offense of Hammerstone, but he's got to get some offense going himself, and he might just do that. He's got Hammer in a precarious position here, Christian.
That back chop, really trying to loosen up every part of the body of Hammerstone. Shaft, so smart. We often call him a monster. The fact is he's got some of the best in-ring IQ PCW Ultra has ever seen. Look at this.
Uh-oh, he might be looking for it. That just talking about Shaft, he's put away everybody here in PCW so far. Nice counter. Oh, I love how Hammerstone got all the weight there over the shoulders. Look out, now he hits the suplex. Digging down deep, showing tons of tenacity. And now look at this. Hitting everything he missed earlier. Big power bomb, stacking them up. Here's the cover, 1, 2. Wow.
With Brock Lesnar's Suplex City Hammerstone is Powerbomb County as he is able to deliver those high-impact maneuvers, slamming his opponents to the canvas. Day in and day out, we've come accustomed to seeing Hammerstone display his ability. I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to get a victory by knockout. That might be the only way he can get Shaft. I don't think Shaft will quit or submit. I don't think Shaft will be able to get down for 3.
Well, of course, not with a title shot on the line. Now, Hammerstone trying to create a dynasty elsewhere, but he'd love to do it right here in PCW Ultra if he can go on to win this match and ultimately the Ultra Championship. Nice counter there, and it looks to me like Hammerstone, the quicker and the fresher of the two at this point in the matchup. Got to keep going. Beautiful missile drop kick. The big man's down again, and you can see the look of shock and awe on the face of Shaft.
Shaft so accustomed to being on his feet, so accustomed to being the one doing the bruising, as we saw minutes ago, but this match has turned around quickly. Ooh. Oh, look at this, roll up. Shaft got it here.
Wow, so close. What a counter there, Christian. You got to think that Hammerstone was looking for that nightmare pendulum. Beautifully scouted there by Shaft.
Oh, wow. Hammerstone thrown over that top rope, and man, Shaft is a striker's striker. Akin to a lot of old school professional wrestlers. Reminds me a little bit of Scott Steiner. Reminds me a little bit of the great Dr. Isaac Yankem. Shaft is tough as they come, in great shape.
Well, you better check your grill after you're in there with Shaft. Look out here, fireman's carry, don't tell me. Death Valley driver on the apron, absolutely decimating Hammerstone. And Shaft wisely rolling back in because you gotta believe a count is gonna be administered here.
I did speak to Dom Kubrick about the rules of this match. Any type of victory, count out, submission, pinfall, will name the winner, the #1 contender, in Shaft. Taking a breather, look at it, talking to himself, motivating himself, knowing he is this close to earning that shot against Mil Muertes or Savio Vega for the PCW Ultra.
Over halfway home with this count. I believe it's up to 7 now. 8 count now. He's got 2 seconds to get back in the ring. Hammerstone breaks the count, gets in there, but it allowed Shaft to get the higher ground as Hammer came in, and it allowed Shaft to get a breather while Hammer was out there breathing heavy on the outside after that Death Valley driver.
What an angle from our production team here. I mean, can you imagine this monster just punching and kicking you while you're isolated, slamming you with that incredible suplex?
Turnabout's fair play. Hammerstone got him with the German suplex earlier, now won the other way by the monster Shaft, who is in total control now. Second suplex, Hammer getting turned inside out. And the big turning point in this matchup, that Death Valley driver. I mean, the arms might be completely numb of Hammerstone.
Jesus, over and over again, Rick Knox taking a very close look at Hammerstone. You could see the left arm limp, perhaps a stinger, losing feeling.
I think so. Could be a stinger, could be a separate. Oh, look at this, a little defiance against the wrestler from Defy Wrestling here by Hammerstone, saying it's going to take more than that. Double underhooks. Oh, the pedigree to go on to a title matchup, perhaps. No, Hammerstone finds a way to dig down deep and slip that shoulder out of there.
Man, I am in awe that either of these men are still kicking out, and what an incredible lariat, and that's it, Academic. Wait a
Whoa! One count, you see the one finger up there. How on earth? What is Hammerstone made of? Adrenaline can do wonders, and it's pumping hard and heavy through the body of Hammerstone.
Exchanging blows back and forth. These two men trying to knock the teeth out of the face of their opponent. A Shaft cutting him off. The fans don't like it. They wanted to see a strike battle till someone fell. Looks like Shaft took the easy way out there.
Well, that was a smart audible. Go downstairs. Out of the way of that shot was Shaft. He who counters last might counter best. He's got him in the launch position here. This is how he's won a lot of his matches. Oh, out the back door. Hammerstone going upstairs. Both guys shooting their heavy artillery. Hammerstone's got him up. Can he complete it? Oh, yeah, nightmare pendulum on the money.
Will he be the #1 contender? Yes! Ultra title.
A shot that's been a long time coming. Hammerstone has wanted that opportunity at the Ultra Championship for quite some time. And man, oh man, did he ever have to earn it. What a slugfest, a heavyweight hoss fight to top perhaps all others here at PCW Ultra. Hammerstone has a date with Destiny at Anniversary 2K20.
A new look, a new year, a new attitude, and a new title shot for Hammerstone. How impressive was Hammerstone tonight?
Extremely impressive, Christian. And with that victory, Hammerstone solidifies himself as #1 contender for the Ultra title. But who's gonna walk in as champion? In 2 weeks, here on the first edition of Mutiny in 2020, Mil Muertes defends his championship against the Puerto Rican legend, Savio Vega. But next week, we have an incredible ultralight title defense by superstar Jake Atlas against El Jefe, Daga, as well as our weekly dive into the PCW Ultra Vault, this time with Sam Adonis taking on Garza Jr. For our entire crew, this is Mike Simmons, and we'll catch you next week here on Mutiny.